Today's tech news moves fast, but understanding it shouldn't be hard. That's why Snarful Solutions Group brings you Connecting the Dots, where we break down what's happening in tech and why it matters to you. Now, let's dive in with your hosts.
Hello and welcome to Connecting the Dots. I'm Alex.
And I'm Morgan. Glad you could join us today.
It is Thursday, July 31st, 2025. Hope you're having a good one out there.
Definitely. Here in Sacramento, it's looking like another sunny day, probably getting up to, 93 degrees?
Yeah, classic Sacramento summer heat. Quick look at the markets before we dive in.
All right.
Dow Jones dipped a bit today, down 0.19%, continuing a bit of a weekly slide, down 0.81% for the week.
Okay. S&P?
S&P 500 also down slightly today, 0.15%, but actually it's up for the week, just over 0.3%, so a little mix there.
Interesting. And Bitcoin? Still holding.
Bitcoin's actually showing some positive movement, up 0.5% today and just under 0.5% for the week too. So crypto's ticking up a bit.
Good to see. Any word on the Giants? I missed the game last night.
Yeah, unfortunately not great news there. They lost to the Pirates last night, July 30th. Close game though, 1-2.
Bummer.
That's tough.
Okay, well, maybe next time.
Fingers crossed. All right, let's shift gears. It's time for our Morning Star, the Snarful Tech article report, where we break down the top tech news.
Let's do it. What's first up on the docket?
First up, we're looking at something pretty significant in the healthcare space. It seems the Trump administration has launched a new initiative called the Health Tech Ecosystem.
Right, I saw this. The goal is boosting health data sharing, and they've got a lot of big players involved.
Yeah, the report mentioned over 60 companies. Major tech names like Amazon, Google, Apple, plus huge healthcare providers and insurers, United Health, Epic, Cleveland Clinic. It's quite the list.
It really is. And the focus seems to be twofold. One, getting wider adoption of the CMS interoperability framework.
Which is basically a set of standards for how health data should be exchanged, right? But it's voluntary.
Exactly, voluntary. And two, they want to increase the use of digital health tools. Think apps and platforms for managing chronic diseases, navigating care, that sort of thing.
They're talking about delivering results early next year. So what does this actually mean for, regular people, for you listening?
Well, the promise is pretty compelling. Imagine easier access to your own medical records electronically, your claims data, those explanation of benefits things.
Even prior authorizations, which can be such a headache.
Right. And they're explicitly talking about trying to kill the clipboard, the endless forms you fill out at every doctor's visit.
Oh, please. That'd be amazing. So the idea is health systems could just accept your info digitally.
That's the hope. And if it works, it could give your doctors a much more complete picture of your health history, all in one place.
Which you'd think would lead to better decisions? Maybe catch things earlier?
Potentially, yeah. More informed decisions, maybe more personalized treatment plans. It's all about breaking down those data silos that currently exist between different hospitals, clinics, labs.
But wait, haven't we heard promises like this before?
All right.
I remember reading about a similar pushback in 2018 that didn't quite pan out.
You're absolutely right. That initiative faced hurdles. And, there are other frameworks already out there trying to solve this, like TEFCA, the Trusted Exchange Framework, and Common Agreement. That actually went live late last year.
So what makes this different? Or I guess, what are the challenges still? Is it just getting everyone to actually use the same system?
That's a big part of it. Harmonizing these different approaches is tricky. TEFCA has its structure. This new ecosystem seems maybe broader, pushing tools in the framework. But yeah, the real barriers often aren't just tech, they're legal, logistical. Getting competitors to actually share data is tough.
And then there's the big one, privacy.
Exactly. The catch, as the report called it. Patient advocates, ethicists, they're raising red flags.
Yeah, I saw that quote from Jeffrey Chester at the Center for Digital Democracy. He called it potentially an open door for the further use and monetization of our health info. That sounds concerning.
It absolutely is. And Haley Tsukiyama from the EFF had similar worries, saying any system like this has to ensure data isn't used in unexpected ways.
The administration says it's strictly opt-in, right? And no central government database.
That's the assurance, yes. But building and maintaining public trust here is critical. It really highlights this fundamental tension, the huge convenience and potential health benefits versus the absolute need for rock-solid privacy and security.
It's a tough balance. And
Yeah.
you mentioned something earlier about maybe a two-tiered system.
Yeah, that's a potential downstream consequence to think about.
Yeah.
If people are hesitant to opt in due to privacy fears, do they miss out on the benefits? Does it create disparities in care based on who's comfortable sharing data? It's a complex ethical layer beyond just data breaches.
Wow. Definitely something to watch closely. Okay, let's pivot from healthcare data to how AI is being used. Or maybe not trusted in software development.
Yeah, this next one is fascinating. It's from the 2025 Stack Overflow Developer Survey. You know, Stack Overflow, the big Q&A site for coders.
Right, everyone uses it. What did their survey find?
Well, it found what they're calling a widening AI trust gap. Get this. AI tool usage among developers is up significantly. 84% are using them now, compared to 76% last year.
Okay, so more developers are jumping on the AI bandwagon. Makes sense.
And this is the kicker, their trust in the accuracy of what these AI tools produce is actually going down.
Wait, really? How much down?
Significantly, 46% of developers now say they distrust AI output. That's up from 31% just last year. And only a tiny fraction, like 3%, say they highly trust it.
That's wow. So using it more, trusting it less, why the disconnect? What are they saying is the problem?
The biggest complaint from 2/3 of them, 66%, is that the AI solutions are almost right, but not quite.
Ah, the almost. I know that feeling. Close, but no cigar. And fixing it takes forever.
Exactly. That's the second biggest frustration. 45% said debugging the code generated by AI actually takes more time than just writing it themselves from scratch.
Okay, that totally negates the productivity boost then, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It's like having a really fast assistant who makes subtle, hard-to-find mistakes.
Precisely. It can lead to what some are calling AI-created technical debt. You get code faster, maybe, but it might be buggy or hard to maintain later on.
And you mentioned Bill Harding from GitClear. He had data on this.
Yeah, his company analyzed millions of lines of code and found that just copying and pasting AI code often leads to higher defect rates. He literally said, more code is often worse. So it's not just a feeling developers have, there seems to be data backing up the caution.
So despite all the hype about AI coding assistants, human developers are still crucial.
Overwhelmingly so, according to the survey. When developers don't trust the AI output, 75% of them say human advice is still irreplaceable.
So the takeaway here isn't just for coders, is it? It feels like a broader lesson about AI.
I think so, absolutely. It shows that while AI can be a powerful tool, that critical human oversight, that skepticism, it's not just important, it's essential. We need to factor in the cost of almost the time spent verifying, correcting, debugging, especially as AI gets baked into more critical systems that affect all of us.
The cost of almost. I like that. A really good way to think about it. Okay, let's shift to something maybe a bit more tangible for many listeners' wearables, specifically the Apple Watch.
Right. Big news here. watchOS 26 is coming. It's the next major software update for the Apple Watch. It'll be free, and the public beta is actually out now if you're adventurous.
Ooh, okay. So what are the highlights? What's new?
Well, first off, a pretty significant visual change. They're calling it a liquid glass design update.
Liquid glass. What does that look like?
Think transparent, glassy elements in the interface for notifications, icons. It's inspired by the look of Vision OS, Apple's headset interface. It's supposed to look kind of like things are floating or refracting light. Apple's calling it their broadest design update ever for the watch.
Sounds visually interesting. But what about functionality? Any cool new features?
Definitely. A big one is an AI-powered workout buddy in the fitness app.
A workout buddy?
Yeah.
Like a coach?
Sort of, yeah. It uses your past workout data to give you real-time feedback and encouragement during your workout. People testing the beta say it's pretty subtle, not annoying, which is key.
Okay, subtle is good, like having a little nudge instead of a drill sergeant.
Exactly. And you can customize it. It seems like Apple's way of competing with some of the personalized coaching you get on, say, an Oura Ring or a Whoop strap.
Gotcha. What else?
The Smart Stack, those widgets you swipe up, is getting smarter. It'll use more context, like your location, sensors, your routines, to predict what you might need.
So like if I walk into the gym, it might automatically suggest my usual workout.
That's the idea. Make things pop up right when you need them. Also, notifications are getting self-aware.
Self-aware notifications. Are they going to start judging my screen time?
Not quite. It means the watch will automatically adjust the notification volume based on the ambient noise level. So no more super loud pings in a quiet library or meeting.
Okay, that alone sounds like a killer feature. Seriously.
Right. Small change, big impact. There's also live translation coming to the Messages app, powered by AI, right on your wrist.
Wow, for conversations, that could be incredibly useful.
Yeah. And a new gesture, the wrist flick. Apparently, you can just flick your wrist to dismiss notifications or incoming calls. Another quick interaction method.
Wrist flick. Okay. Sounds efficient. Anything else major?
Let's see. The Notes app is finally coming to the watch. Some features from iOS like Hold Assist and call screening are migrating over. Plus, more accessibility stuff like Live Listen. It's a packed update.
It really sounds like it. Seems like they're focused on making the watch feel even more intuitive, more proactive.
That's the theme, yeah. Less about you constantly fiddling with it, more about it anticipating what you need or adapting to your situation smoothly.
And obviously, Apple Watch is deep in the Apple ecosystem. But it's worth remembering if you're an Android user, there are great options too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8, totally different vibe with the traditional round face, but packed with features too, like body composition analysis. It really comes down to which ecosystem you're in and what style you prefer.
Good point. So connecting the dots here, it feels like wearable tech is really moving beyond just tracking steps and heart rate.
Definitely. It's becoming more about providing this personalized, context-aware layer of assistance throughout your day, almost like a little AI companion on your wrist that understands your routines and environment.
From managing health data complexities to grappling with AI trust and coding to having our watches get smarter, tech keeps intertwining more deeply with our lives.
It really does. And that watchOS update, with its predictive features and environmental awareness, raises that interesting question again. How much control, or I guess personal data, are we willing to trade for that seamless convenience?
Yeah. Where's that line between genuinely helpful and maybe a little too predictive or intrusive? Something to think about.
Always a balancing act.
Okay, so just to quickly recap today's main stories we pulled from the Morning Star.
We started with that health tech ecosystem initiative, looking at the big push for data sharing in healthcare, but also those really significant privacy concerns and the potential impacts.
Right, the balance between convenience and security.
Right.
Then we looked at that Stack Overflow survey showing developers using AI more but trusting it less, that whole cost of almost issue.
Yeah, highlighting the ongoing need for human oversight even as AI tools advance.
And finally, the watchOS 26 update for Apple Watch, packed with features like the AI Workout Buddy and self-aware notifications, really showing how wearables are getting more personalized and context-aware.
All connecting back to how tech is changing healthcare access, software quality, and just our everyday routines and interactions.
Absolutely. Lots to consider there.
As always.
We're here to help at Snarful, so reach out on our website if you have any more questions.
That's a wrap on today's top stories. Remember, tech doesn't have to be complicated, and we're here to help connect the dots. If you've got questions or want to learn more, visit us at snarful.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.